2015 Ford Explorer, working on the mode door motor, the mode door motor, or actuator, is the actuator that operates the airflow, whether it's defrost panel or floor. The location is behind the instrument panel cluster. All data said to remove the brake pedal assembly, but I did not. I worked around it. I used a long extension and a swivel to get to the bottom bolt on the actuator. Can't really see, but you can see the light in there. So I just went through here up at an angle, the long extension and a swivel, 8mm. On the top, I used that same swivel and went way across here and got the 2 bolts out. Use a magnet to grab the bolts. And it's really difficult to get to. I left the electrical connector on the motor, pulled the motor down, then I was able to access the electrical connector and unplug it. But the hardest part is probably dealing with the alignment of the door, making sure it's located properly for the motor to just slip right in. There's not enough room to get your hand in there and try to rotate the motor to get it to line up and then push it in. And sometimes that doesn't work anyway, because the standoffs for the bolts won't let you push it in far enough and rotate it back and forth also. So what I did was I took a gear out of an old actuator, and where the little flat is on the gear, you just pry these back here, these tabs, open the case up, pull this drive gear out, and then grind a flat spot where that on the gear, so when you have it pushed in there, you know where the flat spot is. Once you push the gear in, you don't know where that flat spot is. So on the new actuator, you need to line it up. So what I did was I took and barely opened up the hole in the drive gear enough to where a 1/4 inch tip on a driver would fit very snugly in the hole. Then I stuck the driver in there, and I used long angled needle nose. I can't see how long they are. They're there. The magnets stuck to them, and I used those to guide the gear in to the door using the pliers like this back through here. And now with that driver in there, I can rotate and watch that flat spot and get my door really close. Should be about right there. So that's the struggle more than just about anything else here. The whole job is a bit of a pain, but this should make it a lot easier. And this works on pretty much any actuator if you're going to be installing. Remove the gear from the old one. And I also used that gear without this little driver thing when I can get my hand in there. Just a second here. When I can get my hand in there, I just hold it in my hand, push it in, and turn it. And then I can feel, if I can't see, I can feel where that flat is and line it up. See if I can remember what size drill bit I use so I can tell y'all that. The drill bit that I used to enlarge the hole just enough is a 5/16. So gently drill with a 5/16 drill bit in this hole here, and a 1/4 inch driver tip will fit snugly in there. If you're doing this exact job, get you one of those flexible drivers with a 1/4 inch tip on it. The flexible drivers look like this. This one's a 3/8, so you obviously don't get this one. But just one of those with a 1/4 inch, shove it in that dude, stick it in there and rotate it where you need it.